This your boy, Paulus Harris, aka the Crazy Uncle. Hey, guess what? This your first time tuning in. Go ahead, hit doggone subscribe button, hit notification bell every time I post up new content. Yes, I am grinning from ear to ear because, well, shout out to my good friend, right? I mean, because I saw it when I was at the gym yesterday, right? They had it live. But the thing about it, when you're in the gym, you don't need to be worried about no goddamn TV, right? So, Trump said, along with the Secretary of Defense, right? Get your ass in motherfucking shape. And for the most part, hey, guess what? I, me being a 21-year career soldier, right? I've been out of the Army damn near 8 years. But as you can see, I'm still in pretty good damn shape right now, right? So all of this stuff, what President Trump and the Secretary was talking about yesterday, I'm in total and complete agreement for what them two said. Get your motherfucking ass in shape. Plain and simple. And what's so bad about it, right? Let's just look at it like this. When they say shit rolls downhill, why the fuck you think Trump had the top NCOs as well as officers at that meeting yesterday? Because see, I'm gonna tell you what the fuck happens, and I can actually really say this from experience. Far as some of these sergeant majors can't pass a PT test to save their fucking life. But you quick to chapter a soldier out just because he or she don't meet the Army standards. Right? Just like I say, I know this from motherfucking experience. I'm not finna call out no goddamn names because I can, right? But I'm not gonna do that. That ain't what the fuck Staff Sergeant Harris retired does. But I will tell you about one incident that happened many years ago, Saudi Arabia. PT test. And so basically then, I mean, I don't know. Now, great fact, like I said, I've been out damn near 8 years. So I really don't know how shit goes now. I know that they finally have changed the PT test. And just know that in my 21 years, right? They are like, we're gonna change the PT test. We're gonna change the PT test. We're gonna change the PT test. And like I said, this shit just not happened not too long ago. But in our case, I'm in Saudi Arabia. PT competition against the batteries. But then you can have what I like to call a competition within a competition, right? And so I can truly honestly say that a lot of the NCOs from the first sergeant on down, right? A lot of us was in pretty good damn shape, right? Because it's what the fuck we as NCOs do. And I'm not, some of the, like, you know, it's as far as like dealing with the officers, that's something that we didn't do back then. We did our thing, they did their thing, right? But for the most part, we as NCOs, along with some officers, we always made sure that okay, that for one, you as the individual, you as the leader, right? That you make sure that you're following the standards before you talk that shit to anybody else. So in our case, right? I already took my PT test, and at the time it was an extended scale, so I scored a 356, right? And so I already took my PT test. So now they were like, okay, Sir Harris, since you done took your PT test, all right, you gonna help grade. I'm like, okay, cool, cool. I don't mind grading. So anyway, here comes this captain, right? And just looking at it, right? I'm like, wait, this motherfucker. Just by looking at it, right? Okay. I knew this motherfucker. He is not finna pass no goddamn PT test, right? And it wasn't that he was like looking like Humpty Dumpty or anything like that. But I just knew by looking at him that okay, whoever that was grading him previously, right? They just let him go just because of the rank that went across his goddamn forehead, right? Or on his chest. So I'm just like, okay, so he give me his card, and I'm like, okay, sir, show me one good push-up. Right? And so he did. I said, okay, sir, you do all the rest of them like that. I count every last one of them. Right? And so, you got the timekeeper, whatever. And so, they say, get ready, get set, begin. So that motherfucker, he got like about 5 of them right. And then after that, that motherfucker went straight to shit. And so I just kept repeating, hey, lock out, lock out, lock out. And then after a while, I said, you know what? Back to the line. Right? We're going to try this again. Right? And then he going to look at me. Right? Like I did something I wasn't motherfucking supposed to do. Right? And I'm like, sir, back in the line. Right? And then he going to go, so now he mad. Like a little 2-year-old brat or whatever. He mad now. And so he went back and he told my commander. So I told my commander, I said, you know what? If y'all gonna hold me to the standard, right? God damn it, I'm gonna do the same to y'all. I gives a damn about your motherfucking rank. He can't pass the PT test, get his ass out. Plain and simple. And then I can tell you another incident. I'm deployed. One of my buddies, right? Sergeant first class, you know, and he come to me with them bullshit ass sit-ups. I mean bullshit ass push-ups. Lock out, lock out. Hey dog. I just sent him to the back, right? But there's no, he didn't max the push-up part of the PT test. And then he gonna come at me with that same bullshit. And I said, you know what? I ain't trying to hear it. I'm not trying to hear it. Right? Do what the fuck you supposed to do. Right? And I will count each and every last one of them. Right? Far as for like this, I never had the honor or privilege to act like really grade a sergeant major or a command sergeant major. That right there would have made my dick hard enough to cut diamonds. You hear me? So, because 9 times out of 10, it would have been the exact same shit. A lot of these leaders that know damn well that they ain't in motherfucking shape will use their rank and position to pass the goddamn PT test. And then it's just for the simple fact, right? Motherfuckers know you ain't passed the PT test. And then here come the talk. Here come the sidebars. Right? Well, such. didn't pass PT tests. Such didn't make height and weight standards, right? But then again, it's like this. But what the fuck y'all gonna do? He the sergeant major, or he the first sergeant, right? That's bullshit, people. I'm telling you that right now. Get your motherfucking ass in shape. And then it was something else about, I think it was talking about female soldiers, all that kind of stuff. And for the most part, like I said, I agree with anything. I agree with all that shit because, again, some female soldiers, instead of standing at parade rest when they talking to a non-commissioned officer, some of the motherfuckers will stand at parade pretty. And for those y'all that have served, you know what the fuck parade pretty means. Right? And then you thinking that you gonna get some pussy behind that shit, you ain't gonna get shit. Right? So again, I have no problem with what President Trump said. Right? Because I can almost bet money. All the motherfuckers that was at that goddamn meeting yesterday, they probably can't pass the motherfucking PT test to save their fucking life. I'll probably say about half. Or you know what? I'll say about a third probably couldn't motherfucking pass PT test. And so they look at this and be like, hey, wait a minute. Y'all leaders. Y'all supposed to set the motherfucking example. And some motherfuckers did. And see, this is why I like Trump. Because Trump don't get in your ass. Right? Trump in his 80s. Or he finna be 80. Motherfucker, I'm goddamn president. Right? But I'm pretty sure if shit was different, right? Then yeah, he'll go out there and do motherfucking PT test. But but I'm just saying, when you as old as Trump, right? Look, the fuck do you really expect for this guy to do? As far as like physical fitness goes, right? So, like I said, I have no problem with it, right? Because, like I said, if I had to uphold the standard, if I was instructed to do a push-up like how it actually really says in the damn manual, do a sit-up like how it is in the motherfucking manual, right? Then goddamn it, that's what the fuck I did. It wasn't an NCO that was in better shape than me. Yeah, it's part. As far as like the numbers go, as far as like the score go, wasn't nobody better than old Sergeant Harris. Because old Sergeant Harris gonna square your ass away. Plain and simple. And I hate to sound like an old broke ass record, but here's the deal. Every motherfucking unit that I was in, I made just off of my own numbers alone, right? I made the unit better. But then once they figured out, okay, Sergeant Harris, can you bring the rest of us up to your damn standards? I'm like, oh, you know what? No motherfucking problem. The last unit that I was in, worst in the motherfucking battalion. When old Sergeant Harris showed up, and guess what happened? They went from worst to motherfucking first, right? Some of it is on them, but a lot of that was on me. So I know, I know how that, I know, trust me, I know how that physical fitness shit go. So yeah, Get your motherfucking ass in shape. Because when you in that goddamn Army uniform, or any service uniform for that matter, first and foremost, you respect the goddamn uniform. Don't come out looking like old busted ass can of biscuits. Get your motherfucking ass in shit. What did you say back in the day? Ship up or ship out. Get their ass out of there. Right? But what happens is this. Just because you know your job real good, you are the go-to person. And they already know that you can't pass a PT test to save your fucking life. Guess what? You know what? Let's pistol whip it. Keep them in. Because and it's just another thing too. What I can say, right? It was this one soldier, one NCO, right? Goddamn motorcycle, right? Old big country motherfucker. I have witnessed this guy pull an engine out of a goddamn Humvee, right? But when it came time to take a PT test, couldn't do a push-up to save his fucking life. Couldn't pass the PT test to save his fucking life, right? Now, whether he was on profile, I really don't know. But I just look at it like this. If you on profile, what the fuck you doing lifting up a guy? What you doing lifting up a goddamn engine out of a Humvee and be like, okay, where y'all want this? So yeah, I was like, yeah, get their ass out of that. Get them out of there. And then there was another thing they were saying, hey, look, let's fight the enemy within. Or in other words, get your goddamn house in order. And this is something that I've always said. How the fuck we gonna go cross that damn water, tell somebody what the fuck to do towards their people when our shit over here is fucked up? Because I'm gonna tell you something. And see, when you actually really stop and look at all this, right? The same thing happens on every motherfucking level, right? So let's just say that the United States, the highest level, right? And then we gonna go over there and fuck with somebody else shit. And when then all what the fuck they say, how you gonna tell us how to do shit when your shit fucked up? It's no different than an NCO or a leader, right? Want to sit up here and tell the soldiers how to do shit, but you looking like old busted ass can of biscuits. Please, somebody explain that to me. Right? Basically, that's all what the fuck Trump was saying. Get your shit together, or you go find another job. Plain as hell. And then there were two retired fucks, along with probably like with a lot of other folk, was disagreeing with it, because 9 times out of 10, right? They shit probably got pistol whipped in too. Because, now I will say throughout my career, right? I've had some pretty good first sergeants, right? That they could pass the PT test with no motherfucking problem. Meet height and weight standards with no motherfucking problem, right? But then I've seen some, right? Getting by the skin of your motherfucking teeth. But just like I say, let a soldier not pass a PT test, not make height and weight standards, right? You ready to get rid of that motherfucker. Or you ready, my bad, you ready to get rid of that soldier or soldiers. But I'm gonna tell you something what my dad told me a long time ago. Because see, my dad served just like I did. And so basically what happens is this. Say you start chaptering out people more than what you should. They ain't gonna look at the soldiers, they gonna look at your goddamn ass. They ain't gonna look at the motherfucking leadership. Okay, well, what's the problem? What does your PT program look like? Or how do you actually really conduct business regardless of event? So, till like I say, it was like that when I was in, and I'm pretty sure it's like that now. Now, for those of y'all that are actually really doing what the fuck you supposed to do, look, this ain't about y'all, right? But at the same time, the first, what part of the NCO creed that it says, I will not use my rank or position to obtain pleasure, profit, or personal safety, right? Motherfuckers just pistol whipped your goddamn PT test. So what is that? Tell me what the fuck it is. So yeah, get these motherfuckers out of there. So with that being said, tell your mama, tell your daddy, tell big dad, tell big birthday, your uncle, your auntie, your grandma, your papa. Motherfucker next door across the street behind the corner. Paul's Harris, aka Crazy Uncle. I'ma holler at y'all.